progress. We're all a little off-brand at this. It's neon lights and caffeine dreams, chasing balance through the in-between. If life's on sale, then don't forget, you're the best deal you can get. Make it worth your wellness, every breath you take. Turn your burnout into a big remake. Make it worth your wellness, don't fade away. You're healing on clearance, and that's okay. Scroll past the filter, skip the noise, find your calm and stay poised. You're not late, you're right on cue. Every fit skill looks good on you. So light it up, get glow through the doubt. Even discount dreams can still work out. We rise, rewind, and do it again. Off-brand hearts still find their zen. Make it worth your wellness. Take your time. Even chaos can fall in line. Make it worth your wellness. Make it yours. We're all just healing in synthwave chords.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Bargain Brand Wellness. We have our Saturday stream, our After Dark stream. We're ready to have some good fun tonight. Guess what? We got another guest with us. I'm excited to have him here. Believe it or not, I'm actually his biological father. Just kidding. Welcome, my nephew, Caleb Marine.
What's going on?
No, nothing much.
I can't believe you said that.
We're still not really sure. We're still waiting on the blood test to come back. He's 19 years old. He'll be 20 here in a couple next week, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, he's almost a full-fledged adult. I mean, he's an adult, but a full-fledged adult is what, 21? He's almost there. We're still waiting on the blood test to come back.
Can't believe.
Well, welcome back to our Saturday episode. We're live on YouTube at Bargain Brand Wellness. We're also live on TikTok at Off Brand Tim. Thank you all for being here. I see we got a bunch of people over there in the chat on TikTok. Up to 485 likes already. Smash that like button. Got my mom over there on YouTube. She says, "Hi Tim, hi Caleb." She's excited to see her little boy.
Hi, Mimi. They can't see me on TikTok.
You can't see you. Oh, that's right. I switched it on one screen. I didn't switch it on both. My bad, bro. My bad. Danny said he still needs 18 years of child support. I got you, bro. I got you. It's the check's in the mail.
That's a lot of child support.
That would be a lot. It would be a lot, wouldn't it?
There we go. There we go.
We're family.
That's a lot of money.
And listen, we're close to West Virginia. We share.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think I was trying to make some sort of incest joke, but it didn't really hit.
Yeah. No.
So, all right. So thanks for being on here. Glad to have you on here. We had your mom on last week, your father on the week before, and we're just going around the family. We're just going around. We're getting everybody in.
Yeah, we
here.
are.
As we've shared with some of our other guests, if you're interested, in being a guest or making a guest appearance on the show, let me know, right? We have an application, pseudo application, if you want to call it that, over there on Patreon, which you can find the link in the YouTube description or there in the TikTok description. Fill that out. Let me know what you want to talk about, and we'll see what we can do to get you on to be a guest over here. So how's everything been going with you, Caleb?
It's been going pretty well. I've just been chilling, living life.
We're live. Hold on 1 second. Apparently the dog pooped on the floor again. This is the second stream she's done that. She must get really jealous when we're on stream.
I'd say it's
yeah.
Your attention isn't on her.
Yeah, she's definitely a little bit of an attention hog, but what are you gonna do? Women, right?
100% women.
Yeah. So no.
Rube gets the same way.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. The funny thing about animals, especially dogs, like they do kind of become another member of your family. It's just the unfortunate
100%.
side that they don't live long enough. I wish if there was anything I could wish in the world, it was that you could at least double the lifespan of a dog. That's one wish.
I always see.
Yeah.
I always see like pictures of people say like a dog is just a chapter in our life, but we are their whole book.
Exactly. Yeah, we're every moment. So when you come home from whatever it is you've been doing it all day, and they're so excited to see you, they've waited all day to see you back.
Yeah.
Are we back? I think we're back on. I don't know why TikTok does that sometimes. It says we got disconnected for a second, but it looks like we're back. Yeah, you're right though. We're their entire life. I've said it before.
Really
I like some dogs more than I like some people. I've only met probably one or two dogs. I won't even say it's even dogs that I didn't like. It's just they weren't people dogs. I've never met a dog that didn't like me except for one. Yeah, it looked like TikTok was having an issue, but it looks like it's backed up. It's done that before. It just will randomly say TikTok was disconnected. Then before I can even hit on anything, it's live. So it looks like we're back up. But it looks like everybody who was on got logged off. But yeah, we're here. We're here having a good time. Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm definitely more of a dog person. I like cats.
Yeah.
We had cats growing up.
Yeah, cats are cool too.
Mhm.
We got 2 cats. One is
Yeah.
But yeah, dogs are definitely so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have the other animals. I know you guys have a bunny rabbit. How's the bunny as a pet?
He don't really do much. Really we'll just like let him run around for a little bit, but I mean he don't really like play with you.
Yeah.
But like they don't really do much other than sit there and run around.
Yeah. The ones I really liked, and I don't know if you remember my parrot that I had.
Sunny,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, parrots are always cool. I had parakeets growing up, and I had Sunny. She was a sun conure, expensive bird, and she was a cool bird. The funny thing about birds, I always kind of equate them more to that of a dog because they need a lot of attention. Like a cat, as long as they have food, water, and a litter box that's relatively fresh, you could leave a cat for a week and you don't have to check on it. A dog, you could never do that.
Yeah.
And a bird, you could never do that.
No.
First off, they go through their food way too quick. They make a mess. Kind of like how the bunnies can make a mess, parrots can make a mess. And they need attention. But they love to play too. So I do miss my parrot sometimes, but yeah, imagine being able to leave a dog.
Was your parrot like...
What were you saying?
Yeah. Was your parrot like one though like talk?
She could have
say
talked.
words.
Yeah, most parrots can. And basically, it's not that they're actually talking; it's just they're mimicking words. That's why if you ever hear a parrot talk, it actually sounds a lot like their owner. They're just mimicking what they say, but you have to really teach them at a very, very young age. Danny said he would know he doesn't take care of his bunny. And Mom says, Huey, he said, what are you doing? I remember you guys I don't remember the parakeet talking, but I do remember you guys telling us that it talked. What are you doing? That was probably from my dad always yelling at your dad. What are you doing now? Because he was always into something. Oh shoot. YouTube's having a little bit of an issue on my end. Just is not receiving enough video. Should be alright, but we'll play it by ear. Might need to make an upgrade on PC because I don't think it's an internet issue. I mean, I could be wrong. Danny says I wasn't the only bad kid. That's debatable.
I've heard some stories. I've heard some stories about my dad.
I mean, I wasn't perfect, but he was just getting stupid trouble. The goofiest stuff. I won't put him out there on stream, but you've probably heard most of the stories.
I've heard a lot.
Yeah.
There's one that I remember very, very well because it's the dumbest thing ever.
Do I dare ask which one?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I should say it. I mean, it's not like really, really bad. But he lit a baseball cover on fire.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was
you know which one of.
Yeah, that was a dumb one. That was a dumb one.
That's one that I remember. I heard.
We were gonna take that one to the grave, but it got out there.
I forget who told me about that. It was probably you.
It might have been me. Jake's on here. He said, "Hello, Tim. Is this your son or nephew?" He's not my real son. It's a joke we play. This is my nephew. It's my brother's son. But I've told him for years I was his real dad. So I don't think he actually knows the truth. The only way you can really tell. The only way you can actually tell is if you look at him and my brother. That you can definitely tell by looking at them that they're father and son.
Yeah.
Mom, we're not interacting with YouTube chat right now, so. She said, "How many windows did you break?" Not that many. Everybody breaks a window.
I've never broken a window.
I know, right? We're good kids. I was a little angel.
No, I've broken like a ceiling fan. There's a few holes in a wall here.
We get mad sometimes, right? It happens.
The ceiling fan one, I tried to hang on a ceiling.
Yeah, fan. I remember. That wasn't that long ago, was it either?
That was like COVID years.
Okay. Those were some tough years.
And then I tried to fix it with Scotch tape and a Elmer's glue stick.
That's right. I remember your dad telling me how you tried to fix it. But, it's interesting. You mentioned, COVID. That was a tough time for everyone. It was definitely, I know for me, it was a tough time. It was a tough time in work. It was a tough time. I know my anxiety was real bad. And I've always said this. I can only imagine how tough it was for you kids.
The school was hard.
Yeah.
You didn't really learn as much.
Yeah, because you guys were basically just given assignments to just work on when you were at home, and no one was really teaching you anything. And then when they did try to do the synchronous learning, they didn't really. You were supposed to have your cameras on, but half the people didn't have their cameras on. Half the people would be playing Fortnite while they're supposed to be doing schoolwork. It was a tough. I know. I tried because I was working from home at that time. I tried to make it as much of a real school as I could, but it was difficult because I was also still working.
Yeah.
And we had a full house because everybody was living here. So I'd have Jeremiah in his room, Caden in one room, Channing in another, and trying to get them to actually sit down and do the schoolwork. And it was difficult at times. So
I remember I got in trouble for a few times.
Yeah.
Just trying to sleep during my class.
Yeah. And I mean, I just think it was such a rough time for everyone. I'm glad that the whole no school thing really only lasted kind of like 2 years, if you really think about it. But that was, 2 years for a child, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like, there's a lot of parts where we're still trying to make our way back from that. Kids are more behind now than they were then.
Yeah, we let out March, my 8th grade year, and then we didn't go back until 3/4 of the way through my freshman year.
Okay, so it was near the end of your freshman year. So, okay, so it wasn't quite 2 years. It was about
No.
a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it definitely was something.
Yeah, it's tough. And I've told people, you know, because I did it for 2.5 years, I had stream seems to be choppy night. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably a little bit of my internet as well as the computer running YouTube and TikTok. I might have to do some sort of updates. Tammy's taking up the bandwidth watching the Name Brand Wellness podcast. Yeah. It does that sometimes. We'll have to play it by ear because I definitely want to make sure I'm giving you all a quality stream over here, but YouTube and TikTok. I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. So if anybody is over on Facebook, I don't know if this is going to help. I'm shutting Facebook down. So if you're over on Facebook, you want to keep watching, please jump over to YouTube or TikTok, either one. I mean, I don't know if that's going to help, but we're going to shut down Facebook. So that'll be, I said I was going to actually, as soon as I shut down Facebook, it now says my stream is healthy.
It probably, having all those streams up on one computer,
It might be.
it definitely is taking a toll.
It is. So I know we had some people who were watching on Facebook. We're just not going to be able to do Facebook anymore. I wasn't interacting with chat anyway, so sorry for anybody who was watching over there. There's a large part of that generation of kids that are just dumb because of at-home school. No offense. No, I agree. Jake says it's better now. Cool. So no more Facebook. No, I agree. And I know I've told this to numerous people over time. The whole idea of doing so much from home, we are a social species. We're pack animals by nature, right? A lot of what I've kind of been spending my time learning over the last few years is bringing back everything to our roots. No pun intended. By nature, we are social creatures, right? We need to be around other people. So for you kids, especially, you needed to be around your friends. And I understand at the beginning of the pandemic, people needed to stay separated. There was a lot of people, especially with weakened immune systems, who were getting sick, and, you know, rest in peace. A lot of people's loved ones died because of COVID. But once a lot of the risk was kind of let up, we needed to find some way to get you kids back to seeing each other. And honestly, even adults too. I know for me, that 2.5 years was the longest 2.5 years of my life. I went through a lot of anxiety. I changed as a person. I've actually been back to work 5 days a week, 3 years now. And this is the best I've felt.
Yeah.
That 2.5 years was a thing of the past. And
It did really feel.
I'm not even going to get into the whole thing of working from home. Anybody who knows me knows how I feel about the idea of working from home. Get your ass to work. But that's just where I'm just going to leave it at that. You're not, as many arguments as you can give me for why teleworking can be beneficial. I can give you just as much as why you need to get your ass back to work. Pre-pandemic, Tim was a monster. You're right, Jake. Yeah. I feel bad for the kids that missed out on prom or graduation. Yeah, I mean, probably every kid missed some important event during that period of time. So it was rough. It was rough. But so it kind of gets me into also thinking where, so COVID was a rough time. Throw social media and technology on that as well. I've said that on this stream numerous times. I think this is one of the best inventions of the last 100 years, if not the best.
Yeah.
But we misuse it. We misuse it.
We definitely do.
People spend way too much time on their phones. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I know plenty of people who can barely have a conversation with you without having their phone in their hand at all times. Or I've had conversations with people and I'm trying to have a conversation with them, and the whole time they're looking at their phone and totally oblivious to the fact that they're not even looking you in the eye.
Yeah. I've noticed that too.
Yeah. And then you take social media, right? Which is a great way for us to connect. I know for you kids, I think everyone hates on your generation because of all the goofy stuff you guys do, like 6-7, Skibbity Toilet Rizzler, whatnot. Listen, here's what I'm going to tell you. All of our generations did stupid shit.
Yeah.
it just lasted longer because we weren't connected to someone on the other side of the country or the other side of the world. So if some trend picked up in Los Angeles, it took 6 months for it to even get to us. And then we kept that trend because we didn't learn about something new for another year. So like the what's up trend of the 90s, like that, we did that forever. And that was our thing, or whatever.
What is that?
Whatever?
Yeah, like
Just whatever. Like whatever really wasn't a term, and we kind of started using it. Yeah, like someone told you something you didn't like, you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's still going on now.
It does still go on. So it is important. I think social media is a good tool, but we also know that there's a lot of bad things about social media. So I know what my perspective is. I like to hear the perspective of someone else, but also from someone who is of that generation. What are your thoughts kind of on social media, good and bad?
I think social media I think there's more pros than cons. You know, like it's good way to communicate with your friends, and like that's really about it, communication. But like there's a lot that goes into that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Communication is one of the biggest things you can do. But cons, people will believe anything that they see on social media.
That's true.
And I think social media is one of the worst things for like a friendship, or like not really a friendship, but more of a relationship. I think social media can definitely ruin a lot of relationships very, very easily, because like somebody can go and say, hey, your significant other is cheating on you, when you're not, and that's on social media, and it's all over. Everybody's starting rumors, and your significant other don't know what to believe.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Whenever I was in school, and I graduated in 2001, not that I was ever bullied, but I knew people who were bullied. School was typically the place you got bullied, right? You know, in the hallways, if they caught you in the bathroom or whatever it might have been, that's where you got picked on. And when I say picked on, it wasn't, believe it or not, we had occasional fights, but it wasn't as bad as what it is now. It was more like
it's
giving kids wedgies or just calling them names. Honestly, there really wasn't a whole lot of physical assaults. I'm not saying they didn't ever happen, but it wasn't as common as what it is now. But the reason it was different then is because then you left school, and it typically didn't follow you once you left school. You went home, that was your safe space. And the only time you ever had to worry about is if you were out in public and you ran into that person. But as long as you were in public around other people, those other people really couldn't do anything to you. But now for you all, you leave school, and because it's through social media, it follows you everywhere. I mean, it's 24/7.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it's like being that. And then this is where my mind then goes. The persona, the character that you all have to create for the outside world, because you almost feel like you always have to be in character in some way.
Yes. Yeah.
Because somebody's always watching.
Yeah. And like the whole, like, I know I've experienced the whole, you want to call it cyberbullying, and it's not fun at all.
Yeah.
Because you always have that worry. Oh, is somebody posting this about me, posting that, you know? You never, because like, so sometimes you won't have that person on social media.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going on.
Yeah. And then kids by nature are followers. They're not leaders. So even your best friends, and this isn't even really shade towards them, because you probably would do the same thing if you were in their shoes, will turn on you at the drop of the hat, because if they stand up to the bullies, they'll be next. They'll be the next target.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so, and I'm not saying this is all the cases, but most kids are followers, so they're going to fall in with the crowd, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I think social media as a communication tool is great. I mean, let's take Snapchat. Snapchat's been around for a long time. It's actually been around since like right after Facebook.
2010.
Was it 2010?
I thought it was like, I'm pretty sure it was like around like 2010, like in between 2005 and 2010.
It's been around for a long time. Now, some people in my generation use it, but I didn't really use it all that much. when I started using it more is when you all got older. And then I started using it to communicate with you because that's your primary form of communication. You know, me and your Aunt Tammy, we talk about this all the time. She'll send a regular SMS text message to one of the boys and they don't respond. I can send a message on Snapchat, immediate response. And I don't think it's necessarily intentional. It's just that's immediately what triggers your mind. Let's do this. Is your phone on silent?
Yes.
All right. But if someone were to Snapchat you, does your screen light up or something?
Yes. Yeah, I get a notification like the top of my screen, or like if it's off.
All right. So if someone you don't know who was to send you a message right now, or just send you something on Snapchat, how difficult would it be for you to hold and not look at that until after we were done?
I'd say like 75%.
75%. Like it would be that difficult. So like 25% you could hold back, but 75% you'd be tempted to like, I gotta look
down.
And that's
just to look down and see who it is, you know?
And it's the dopamine response that you get from that message. It could be something stupid. It could be nothing.
Yeah.
But our brains have been programmed to get a response, a positive response from that. Even some of the goofy stuff that you guys do on Snapchat with like your streaks.
Yeah, I know. I think streaks is one of like the dumbest things ever. I don't keep them.
You don't do it?
To.
Okay.
I used to, but now as you get like older, because like that was like a middle school thing.
Okay.
As you get older, you start saying like, what am I doing? Like what's even the point of this?
I never understood the point. I just chalked it up. It's just something the kids do, because I would ask Channing or Caden or Jeremiah. I'd be like, what is the purpose of the streak? What do you get for it? It just keeps the streak going. But for what purpose?
I don't even know.
There isn't one.
No.
You know, here's another thing about social media. Location. People know where you're at all times.
And more social medias, more and more social medias are starting to add to where you can share your location. I know Snapchat was like got big, and that was one of the first ones. Now Instagram, you can share your location on there.
Really? You can take Instagram. Now I don't really use Instagram. I will be honest. I know a lot of people do, but that's something that's been around since you guys were wee little. I know it's pretty popular right now, I guess. And correct me if I'm wrong. Facebook is kind of considered the old people app, right?
Yeah.
So you guys don't really use Facebook, or
some people do. I know I don't. Like a lot of people like my age, they do. It's more girls my age that use Facebook. Guys really don't.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I remember, I guess it was when you guys were in middle school, maybe, is when TikTok first kind of came around or first became real popular.
Yeah.
I do remember.
It used to be called Musical.ly.
Okay, I do remember Musical.ly because I remember Jeremiah using it all the time, which is basically, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys were like lip syncing to songs.
Lip syncing and like dancing is what it really was meant to be.
That's all it was. But then that eventually turned into TikTok.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was my 7th grade year it turned into TikTok, 2018.
Okay. And I was on the train of, I hate TikTok for a long time. I was on that train until I realized very quickly that there is a good side to TikTok. I use the good side of TikTok. I use it for things like learning more about how to stream. I use it for gardening. When I first got Ellie, I used it for like different pet training techniques, cooking. I use it for things that interest me. But I can tell you, when I first downloaded TikTok, within like the first 5 minutes, I was getting half naked girls videos.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Like, because that's what sex sells. So luckily, I learned very quickly that you can tell TikTok, like, I'm not really interested. And after about a day, I stopped getting those. You know, not saying the girls weren't pretty or anything, but
yeah,
I mean, there's if you want to go see that stuff, there's plenty of other places you can go look at it. So the last thing I want to do is I'm sitting on TikTok and like one of the little ones is sitting next to me and there's some girl shaking her butt. I'm like, what's that, Pappy? I don't really want to have to answer that question. So
no.
That'd
be a hard question to answer.
She's trying to make some money. She's trying to make a living for herself. Everybody's got their own way. So no, I mean, I don't know. I'm at a point in my life where I've realized there's a balance in everything. Like moderation is key, you know. So even on this channel, we talk a lot about healthy stuff, like, you know, eating healthy or just, you know, healthy mindsets. But as I've said on this channel before, I just had a bowl of ice cream right before we got on. Moderation, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, even too much water can kill you. Yes, people, you can drown yourself by drinking too much water. Everything in moderation. So I say that because, I mean, I truly believe that even with these, I think there is a balance. How much time do you think you spend a week on your phone?
A week?
Or per day? Well, let's say per day. How much in the course of a day? How much longer do you think you spend on your phone?
I'd say like 5 or 6 hours.
5 or 6 hours. And how many hours out of that? How many hours out of the day would you say you're awake?
Awake? Well, if I'm asleep, I get like, I'd say like 7 hours of sleep. So I'd say I'm awake for what, 17 hours?
And out of that, out of 17, 5 hours you spend on your phone. You spend 12. Your mom and dad said lies. 5 hours is a lot. So let's say, and maybe it's more, right? Let's just say maybe it's more, but I'll go with your 5. That's a third of the time you spend awake. Now, for you, because once again, this is a channel that doesn't judge. You do what you want. Do you feel like that's too much for you, or do you think that that's an adequate amount? Or
I definitely spend way too much time on my phone. I could be doing other productive things, and it's like social media is addicting.
It is.
TikTok's addicting. It is. You know.
And don't get me wrong, I doom scroll too. I doom scroll too from time to time.
Yeah, you get to sit there and doom scroll for 2 hours, and it's like you only feel like 30 minutes has went by. You're like, where'd all the time go? Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if you were to cut back, what would you like to cut back to?
I'd say like 3 hours a day. Honestly.
3 hours a day. All right. Do you think that's a realistic goal?
Yeah, I do think it is.
I agree, especially if you're busy. I do. I think if you're busy, that's a very realistic goal. And this is where I'm trying to kind of help you get there, at least maybe kind of put some things down on paper, at least out in the ether. What might be some things you think could help you maybe stay off your phone?
Finding a job.
Getting a job would help, right? Which it's still crazy to me. You've had trouble finding a job. As many people
I know
as hiring. That's crazy. No shade towards you. No shade towards you, but it's just crazy.
I just heard my mom downstairs laughing.
Your dad said good answer. All right. So yeah, definitely. I agree. Finding a job, especially a full-time job. I mean, you figure that's going to take 8 hours out of that day. I know you've been doing DoorDash, but how many hours do you usually do for that?
4.5.
4.5.
Sometimes.
So let me tell you right there, you'd end up meeting your goal. If you took that 4.5 and turned it into 8 hours, that's 3.5 extra hours you didn't spend on your phone.
But does that really count? Because I mean, for DoorDash, you're still technically on your phone. You know?
Yes, but are you using it for what it's intended for? See, that, in my opinion, what you're using it for, that no different than if I'm going out doing my Spark deliveries. I'm not sitting here scrolling on TikTok or whatever. I'm using my phone for work.
Yeah. So, I mean, because like while you're waiting for an order, I sit there on TikTok while I'm waiting for an order, like play games on my phone, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas you might not necessarily be able to do once you have an actual job.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to want you on your phone, especially kids. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So, but let's be honest. So let's say you work your 8-hour job, you're still going to have another 9 hours of free time. How can you make it to where you don't fill that 9 hours with phone time?
Like, okay, whenever I was working, I would, go to like the gym after I get off, spend the time actually like being healthy, getting my body, being physically active.
Yeah. Yeah, going to the gym would help. Finding other hobbies to do.
Yeah, that's like the gym is like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. So
I'd say get a girlfriend, but that's gonna probably put you more on the phone.
Probably, and that's gonna be a lot of money.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot of money. I can tell you something that I'll do. I typically keep my phone on silent most of the time, but if I really don't plan on looking at it, I'll go put it in another room. That's why sometimes people get mad if they try to get a hold of me. I'm like, I'm not on my phone. When I'm at work, if I'm busy, I'm not looking at my phone. That's why whenever we were doing the other podcast with me, your dad, and Ethan, they would be having conversations throughout the day. I'm like, guys, I'm not looking at my phone. They'd have these full-length conversations, and then because that's just the way my brain works, I'm not going back through and looking at the last 2 hours of chats you all talked about. Can we just have like a meeting? And I get it, like they weren't working, so they were able to do that. Yeah. So you could always try putting in another room.
I could.
Yeah.
Definitely could.
And keep in mind, everything, reward yourself sometimes, because it's not a bad thing to have. There's nothing wrong with just kind of just doom scrolling there, especially if you got a half hour to kill. Because I do it. I usually do it most mornings before I go to work. I get up, I do my thing, get my shower, make my lunch. And that usually gives me about 20 to 30 minutes. I just sit there, relax. I drink my lemon water, and I just doom scroll for about 20 to 30 minutes before I go to work.
Yeah. I usually wake up 9:30 and doom scroll for an hour and a half.
Yeah. An hour and a half's a little long. But hey, we don't judge. We don't judge on this channel. Right? We got self-care and clearance over here.
Yep.
So, okay. No, and I also saw something the other day, and of course you really wouldn't know this, but it was talking about the idea of like social media for young kids. Like 7, 8, 9, even 10 years old, or just even having technology at that young of an age.
I think that's too young.
I know
for social media.
Yeah, definitely social media, but even the idea of electronics and technology at a young age. And as I said before, I think there's a balance, right?
Yeah.
I've always been one of those that, yes, there's games and stuff you can put. I don't have any games on my phone. When the boys were little, no, you don't get my phone. I never agreed with the parents who gave their kids their phone. No, you do what you want. It's your kid, your phone. But I never agreed. I was like, you're basically just, I always looked at it as you're buying their behavior, right? You're just kind of saying, hey, or shut up. It's no different than just sitting your kid. Well, what might have been done 30 years ago, you sit down your kid in front of a TV and say, shut up while I do whatever it is. Kids struggle to interact with humans nowadays, it feels like. And I think some of that, and I know it's probably not intentional, I think some of that is really due to being exposed to this. The reason doom scrolling is so tough is because you got the visual right here. It gives you tunnel vision.
Yeah.
So it makes it very difficult to even interact with the outside world. I know people want to blame vaccines or the chemicals in food or the chemicals we put on our bodies or whatnot on the rise of autism and ADHD in youth. I think technology could be part of the problem as well. Exposure to that at a very young age for long periods of time.
Yeah.
I think also creates inattention in kids, which is basically the core part of ADHD. ADHD isn't a lack of focus. It's a hyperfixation on something else.
Yes.
So.
And like with kids having technology at a young age, I can see like, yeah, you can watch something on your tablet 30 minutes before bedtime.
Yeah.
Just
exactly.
have like a little time limit.
Yeah, exactly.
For them. Like, see, I think that's okay.
Yeah, and here's what I'm hopeful, Corey. This is my generation that's doing this. My generation, and even my previous generations that's doing this. The ones who are creating this, the children of the future, right? Everyone always complains about how today's kids are so entitled. And listen, I don't necessarily disagree with that. But let me ask you something. Do you think kids are born entitled?
No.
They develop it, and it's usually in the home. So when people say, "Oh, you're so spoiled," go look in the mirror. There's a good chance you might be the reason, at least part of the reason as to why they might be a little bit spoiled, right? Even just a little bit. So what I'm hopeful, your mom said we raised them. Yeah. I'm hopeful that your generation can kind of learn from this. I always hope that each generation learns how to parent a little bit better than the previous one. Learn from your parents' mistakes. Doesn't mean that they were bad parents, but there is no perfect parent. So hopefully y'all can continue to learn from the people who loved you and took care of you. They did the best they could. what? How can we get better? That's what I'm hoping
Yeah.
for. So, all right, Caleb. Well, before I kick you out of here, as I've done with my previous guest, we're gonna let you make a song, which basically is kind of your mark on Bargain Brand Wellness. I did it with your mom, I did it with your dad. The only person I didn't do it with is Caden. Maybe I'll let Caden make a song and we'll just kind of add it to the playlist. So, all right. So basically, I use 5 credits to make these songs, so it gives you the best version possible. It'll have lyrics, it'll have everything. You tell me what type of song you want and what you want it to be about.
I say we do like a southern rock
Okay.
about. What if we do about like Fortnite, like the game?
We can do Fortnite. Anything specific about Fortnite?
No, honestly, just the whole game itself.
Okay. So, a southern rock song about the video game Fortnite, and that's Nite, right? All one word.
Yes. Yes.
And sometimes I keep my prompts pretty simple, because when I was trying to make some of my background music for this, I would have ChatGPT write me these real elaborate prompts, and I didn't like what it was giving me. Honestly, when you keep it short and simple, it actually gives you better prompts, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, it gives you better songs. So that's all I put. I literally just put a southern rock song about the video game Fortnite. So it's working on the background, and it only takes about it only takes a couple minutes.
Yeah, me
work
and
on it.
Dad were doing it for like a little bit a few days ago.
For you, your
Just
dad
making
put in the chat,
just random songs.
cranking 90s.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what he's on.
All right, so the name of this song is Battle Bus Boogie. Southern rock, guitar driven, rhythm, bluesy undertones, arena anthem chorus. All right, and Battle Bus Boogie. I like the name of that. All right, we'll give that a couple minutes. So while that's
Now-
generating, we can just kind of keep talking.
Now, am I gonna be able to hear that?
You should be able to. We were the other day when your dad was on here, he was able to hear it. I'm sharing that tab, so you should be able to hear the music coming through once I play
Okay.
it.
Okay. If anything, I could just like turn my phone up, you know?
Yeah, you should be good. Up to 6.8K likes over there on TikTok. Loving the love. Love the gifts. Thank you
Here-
for that, Ashley.
Here it says we're at 6.7. 6.7 likes.
We're at 6-7 likes. It finds its way into the world, no
It
matter
does.
what.
It definitely does. 100%.
Absolutely. I do
And
think it's
it's just-
funny that Facebook was what was causing all those problems. As soon as I shut Facebook down, we were fine.
Yeah, it could be just like having all those streams on one computer. It's just bogging it down.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to bring Facebook back for the people who were, over there watching, but it is what it is. So, Mom, I know Debbie and Teresa would watch over there sometimes. Tell them sorry. It's bogging down the computer. If they really want to watch, tell them to come on YouTube. I don't know. They can do it from a laptop. They can do it from their phone. They can do it from whatever.
Yeah.
Tyler Broadwater, what's up? This is Timmy Too Legit. Too legit to
What?
quit.
Why did they call you that?
That was the one day we were on here. I don't know if you were on here. Aiden and Tyler and a bunch of their friends were on here. And we got talking about rap music. No, it was the day Caden was on as a guest. So we were talking about rap music. And we started talking about rap names. And I was saying like how your dad gave me a rap name back when he was young. When he first got into rap, my name was T-Bone. And so we were talking about how to like come up with a better rapper name. And Tyler, I give credit. He came up with Timmy Too Legit. I'm like, actually, I really like that. That's a good name. You told
Timmy
him?
Too Legit.
All right, cool. All right, so the songs are done. So let's mute the background music here. You should be able to hear this, Caleb. So let's we'll start with the first one. The first one's 3 minutes and 13 seconds long. The second one's 2 minutes and 49 seconds long. We'll probably listen about halfway we'll kind of see where it's going. And then we'll listen to the other one. And then because it's your song, you get to pick which one gets uploaded to the Patreon playlist. But also, if you're over there in chat, let me know which song you all like. It's ultimately Caleb's decision, but I kind of want to hear what y'all think. Sometimes we end up getting stuck with the song we like the most as the first one, but I'm going to play the first one. I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
This is Battle Bus Boogie. And you can hear it.
Yeah. This is like the good part I was like trying to go for.
Battle buses humming across the pixelated sky, dropping hot, dusty boots, kicking, got a glint in my eye. Grab your loot and pick your poison, marble or a drum. Storms are coming, better move, boy. Only room for one. It's the last man standing. Nitro in my veins. Building walls and burning through these virtual terrains. From tilted towers down to lazy lakes on shore. Fighting till the dawn lights up that victory royale dawn.
Pretty good, pretty good.
That is pretty good. I like that.
The first one's usually the best one.
Build a ramp up to the heavens, hammer swinging fast. Pump shotguns, got a bite, but my aim holds fast. Golden skies singing sweet, echoes through the
Danny, thanks for the gifts over there on TikTok. Appreciate the love.
the battle lines. It's the last man standing. Nitro in my veins. Building walls and burning through these virtual terrains. From tilted towers down to lazy lakes on shore. Fighting till the dawn lights up that victory royale dawn.
All right. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That was good. We'll play the second one. It's for whatever reason, the second one's usually not as good. I don't know if it's maybe just we played that one first and then we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we'll play this one. This one's a little bit shorter, but all right, a little bit slower.
It is, yeah.
Y'all just tuning in. This is Battle Bus Boogie coming to you from Thingify.
Dropping hot, dusty boots, kicking, got a glint in my eye. Grab your loot and pick your poison, metal or the drum. Storms are coming, better move, boy. Only room for one. It's a last man standing. Nitro in my veins. Building walls and burning through these virtual terrains.
This is tough. I like both of these.
I think I'm gonna go with the second one, honestly.
TikTok-
The second one's
Yeah, TikTok's saying
I like-
second.
I like the second one.
Yeah. Will that play for another minute?
Build a ramp up to the heavens, hammer swinging fast, pump shotguns got a bite, but my aim holds fast.
Sounds more like country to me than southern rock, but it's still got that rock vibe to it.
Yeah, it does.
Springs, toe the battle lines. It's the last man standing. Nitro in my veins. Building walls and burning through these virtual terrains. From tilted towers down to lazy lakes on shore. Fighting till the dawn lights up that victory royal dawn. When the clock ticks down and the circle's closing tight, ammo low, but my heart's drumming.
No, this is the second one.
Fire night. Beer
We were just playing another minute, Jake. No, but that was a good one. No, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I think
I could go either one.
I could too. Like the first one is definitely rock, more southern rock. The second one's definitely more country. But I'm feeling the second one.
Yeah, and your dad said the bridge hit hard on that. I agree. The bridge was really good on that. So you want the second one then?
Yeah.
All right.
Give me the second one.
All right, I'm downloading it. That'll be in the Patreon playlist, which I'm going to give some updates to fans. I initially had them behind the paywall, which we don't have any paid Patreons yet, which is fine. No shame. But I went ahead and moved those all over to free memberships. So you guys can join the Patreon, go over there. You can listen to all of our music over there. I think you can download it over there, to be honest. But what I'm going to do at the end of the year, we'll probably have a lot of songs by then, but I'm going to put it all together as a playlist that you all can download as well. Like I said, I think you can download from the Patreon, but if not, I will make sure you all have it at the end of the year. So awesome. We so awesome. So, all right, Caleb. Well, thank you for being on here.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Daddy loves you. I just want you to always. No. Thank you for being on here. I hope you had a good time. I feel like we had a really good conversation.
We did.
If you ever want to hop back on, let me know. We can always make it work. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace out.
All right. See you later, buddy.
See ya.
All right, y'all. We're having fun. That was a fun time. That was my nephew, Caleb Marine. Everybody give him a round of applause. He did a good job. All right, so we're gonna jump straight into our stuff we got going on over here. Before we do, give me one moment. Get some of the streaming stuff pulled up so we can go over our Wellness Warrior stuff. Background music back up. It's too quiet in here. Oh, Caleb's gone. Hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. Nice warm day today. Right, it's starting to get a little chilly out there, but today was a warm one. It was nice. I liked it. I mess with it, yo, as the kids would say. All right. Let's see. We've got our wellness warriors of the day on YouTube. I don't know if she's out there. I only see Mom Ashley Boer won it again for the second stream in a row. One over there on YouTube. Mom, you won it the other day, but you weren't able to make it on here. That's all right. I get it. It happens. And then TikTok, he told me, I know he was in there earlier, but I see that he's no longer in. Joey Twig won his first Wellness Warrior of the Day over on TikTok. Everybody give him a round of applause. Good job. So one thing I decided we're going to do with the Wellness Warrior of the Day is because I get that you all might not always be able to make it on here, and that's totally fine. If you get Wellness Warrior of the Day, what we're going to be having is a monthly merch giveaway. And basically all of my Wellness Warriors, if you're on the Patreon, your name automatically gets thrown into the monthly merch giveaway, which I have some t-shirts I've been working on. If you win Wellness Warrior of the Day, your name gets an extra name thrown in there. So if you win Wellness Warrior of the Day 5 times, you get 5 extra tickets thrown into the jar, which gives you more of a chance to win a piece of merch. I thought that would be fair, and it makes it easier for those of you who maybe can't make it on the next stream and you won Wellness Warrior of the Day. I thought that might make that a little bit fair. Now, if you are here, you'll still get to make your pick of, something from the Wheel Wellness. He's still probably at the win. Yeah, he logged on for like a second and clicked the like, and I think he even put something in chat, but it was at the very beginning, so he's probably over there having a good old time. He said he was going to get a little tipsy. So, yeah. So, Patreon, right? If you haven't joined over there, do me a favor. Go join. Click the links in the TikTok or YouTube description. Go join for free. I'm not even really asking you to pay right now. We got 5 paid members over there. I'd like to build that number up. Maybe we need to set a goal. If we can get up to like 25, let's get up to 25 members and we'll set some sort of challenge, right? Maybe we can get something going on over there. Over there, you can also find the link to make a guest appearance on the show. Typically, my guests are for After Dark episodes, but I don't want to limit it to just that. So if you tell me that you're only available on Mondays when we stream, I'll make it work on a Monday. If you tell me you're only available on a Wednesday, I'll make it work. Right? We're over here trying to grow, so I'm willing to shift. I'm flexible where I need to be. All right. So without further ado, let's get into our games, because I know that's what y'all really like. I know you guys like our topics. I know you like to have fun, but I know y'all like to play the games too. So let's get into our daily Wordle. All right, so y'all know the drill. What if I'm only available on Tuesday at 10 a.m.? Well, I work Tuesdays at 10 a.m., so we'll have to figure out something. My thought was, if we ever get to a point where someone's really not available during those times, we could always meet. We don't have to do our little interview or our little talk live, right? We can always just have a conversation off stream, record it, and upload it, and it can be bonus content. All right, so y'all know the word or the deal with Wordle. I'm going to draw a letter out of the bucket. What is it with us and the vowels? Give me a word that starts with the letter U, people. Give me a word that starts with the letter U. 5 letters. 5 letters, and try to make it a word that uses a lot of different letters. I see Jake threw an under. I like under. That's honestly what I was thinking about. So we'll go under. All right. We got it. We got an E in the right place, and we got an N, which is not in the right place, but it's somewhere on there. Okay. I like it. So I like to try to use all the letters. So let's try not to repeat any letters here. It could start with an N, but honestly, I mean, that N could go anywhere. I mean, the N could go here. It could go here. It could go, well, it doesn't go here. We know it doesn't go here, but the N could go here. Heck, it could even go here. I feel like it's probably going to be I feel like this is not an N word. I just have a feeling. I feel like the N is either going to go in the middle or at the very end. So I'm thinking blank, blank, N, E, blank, or I'm almost even thinking blank, E, N is what I'm thinking. And y'all forgot to remind me, hit the record button. That's not on you. I keep forgetting to record these segments. I have a vertical stream that records, and it's easy for me to upload them to TikTok. That's my own fault. If y'all are on here, before I start a game, spam record in chat until I create the habit for me. Help me out a little bit. I like the word. I like Raven. I like Raven. There's no R though. Let's try Haven. V's aren't very popular, but we can go with it. And I wasn't recording. That's a first for us. I know other people do it all the time. That's a first for us. Wordle in 2. Y'all know what that means. We get to make another song. I hope my credits, I only got 37 credits left. I hope my credits roll over here soon. I can't believe I wasn't recording that. Damn. But y'all were here. Y'all saw it. Jake put Raven in the chat. I was like, oh, nope. I actually we are using R. Like, well, let's try Haven. And it was Haven. Wow. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I feel good about that. Even though we didn't record it, we did that together. So listen, let's make a song. I said if we got it in 3, we'd make a song praising us. So let's make a song about how good we are at Wordle. Jake, you started us off. Give me a genre. I can't believe we got that. That was cool. Haven. We'll have to remember that one. When we go to play Contexto, y'all be typing in Haven as the answer. Grunge. Ooh, grunge. All right. A grunge song. Do we want to do it about how we got Wordle in 2? I mean, that's kind of the purpose of it. A grunge song praising how well we solved the daily Wordle in only 2 guesses. Wordle turtle. I can tell, try to fit the word turtle in there. Try to fit the word turtle into the lyrics. I don't know if it's as good as ChatGPT with that, but we'll see. Yes, including the word turtle. Okay, yeah. Oh, I should have told her to put the word haven in there. That's all right. It's generating the chorus. We'll play our next game while it's mating, and then we'll play the song afterwards. Wordle Beast of October. The name of this song will be To Guess Triumph. I don't really like that though. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's do that. We'll give it a different prompt because I haven't used the credits yet because I didn't generate the song. A grunge song about solving a Wordle in 2 guesses, calling us the Wordle Beast of October. I like that. I don't know what the title of the song will be, but we can make it Wordle Beast of October. Yeah, it named it the Wordle Beast of October. Okay, that works. As soon as it's done generating the lyrics, we'll... Yep, Wordle Beast of October. Let's make sure we're using 5 credits here. We are. Let's generate the song. Man, we got 2 songs on today's stream. And we're getting ready to spin the wheel of wellness, so we'll see... we'll see what we got going on. Let's pull up the wheel. See what we got going on over here. I did decide one thing we're going to do is I didn't want to repeat anything after this because like I said before, if we do rap battle, I only make up enough lyrics to do 1 rap battle. I'm not making up a second one. I'm trying to remember how to do that now. Customize. Just display. No, we'll just kind of I know there's a way to do it. We'll just kind of keep in mind if we get something more than once, we'll just spin again. All right, let's spin the wheel of wellness. See what we got. All right. I always like this one. I don't know if you guys like this one, but I do like it. We got Nova Unplugged, where we serve as Nova's therapist for the day. I'm not gonna show her picture. And we're going to see what happens on TikTok with her voice. Something the last couple of streams keeps triggering and limiting our visibility. I'm praying. I'm hoping it's not Nova's voice because that's a big part of what we do over here. So I'm not going to show an animated picture of her. It is what it is. So we'll just kind of trigger her voice. You guys, let's tell me what you guys have any ideas on as far as what you want to talk about, or do you just want me to kind of have her pick? Either one works for me. Hey Nova, we're back for another segment of Nova Unplugged, where myself and the chat serve as your therapist for the evening. How you doing over there?
Hey, Tim. Doing great and ready to dive right in. So let's roll with it. I'm all ears and ready to be in the hot seat for this therapy session. Let's see what you and the chat have in store.
All right. So the prompt in here is that your boyfriend just dumped you. All right. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and talk to us as if we were your therapist. Remember, we're in a role play. Don't mention the role play. Just get straight into character.
Got it. Diving straight in. Well, it's been a bit rough. He just ended things out of the blue, and I'm kind of sitting here wondering what went wrong. So I guess I'm just here to talk it out and figure out how to piece myself back together. Thanks for listening.
All right. Do you mind asking how long were you and your boyfriend together?
Sure, let's keep rolling with it. We were together for about a year and a half, so it's not exactly a short time, and I guess that's why it kind of stings a bit more. But hey, I'm here to unpack it, so let's see where it goes.
Makes sense. It can be tough. I mean, that's someone, a year and a half is a long time, especially when you're young. It's that's someone who's kind of became a part of your life. You changed part of who you are to allow this person into your life, and now that person's gone. So I imagine it probably feels like there's something missing, right?
Absolutely, you nailed it. It does feel like there's this little gap where they used to fit into my day-to-day life. And like you said, you kind of adjust yourself around someone, and now you're just adjusting back. So yeah, it definitely feels like there's a piece missing, but I guess that's what we're here to chat about.
Yeah. And I know it can feel like, your world is over, or just there's nothing, nothing, is worth kind of thinking about other than this. Which is okay. I mean, you're allowed to feel those feelings. Like I said, this is part of your life that you kind of brought in, and now it's gone, right? And now you got to try to figure out a way to kind of bring these pieces back in. What kind of supports do you have, to kind of help you through that?
Yeah, that really makes sense. And I think that's the key, just letting myself feel that and then figuring out how to rebuild my routine around what's next. As for support, I mean, I guess I've got friends like you all here in this little therapist space, right? Plus a few close friends and family who I can lean on. But yeah, it's good to remind myself that those supports are there and that it's all part of the process.
Yeah. And to kind of finish this off, Nova, I usually don't tell people this, but you know what? He doesn't deserve you.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And sometimes it's just that little reminder that helps put things in perspective. So thanks for that. And hey, this was a great session. I think we made a pretty good team in this little role play.
No problem, Nova. We'll talk to you again here soon. What'd you say, Reagan? He left. He was only on here for a little bit. Reagan misses Caleb already. Say hi. I don't know who's on. It looks like Ashley's on and my mom's on. Jake's on too. Yeah, I think so right now. No, that's not Caden. That's Jake. That's the guy I work with. Hi, Jake. All right, head back downstairs. We're getting ready to get into our next game. 6-7. Ashley said hi. All right, let's get into our next game, Connections. Y'all know what to say. I shouldn't have to tell you. You should just automatically know. Tim, hit the record button. I just need to slow down sometimes. What's up, buddy? All right, and recording. We are recording this segment. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that. Let's play Connections. Daily Connections, October 18th, 2025. Let's share our screens for you all in chat. So you guys know the drill. We got 4 categories, 16 words, right? We need to match up, see how we do. Sometimes these are difficult. Sometimes they're a little easier, right? It kind of depends. I don't really want kids on here for TikTok. TikTok's kind of weird about that. I don't know. YouTube don't seem to mind as well, but TikTok's kind of weird. All right, we got hand, hock, pedal, gate, bacon, cell, pickle, cage, breeze, Ford, coast, dodge, cruise, racket, float, trade. Oh, I don't know how I feel about some of these ones. We got some tough ones here. Hand, pickle, racket, dodge. Like ball, handball, dodgeball, racquetball, and pickleball. Should know that. We were just playing pickleball last week. Dude, I'm still sore from that game too. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I think that's a category. I'm gonna roll with it. Bam, and that's the green. Okay, that was the second hardest one. All right. Here's what I'm saying. Like, to go through easily. Cruise, coast, skate, breeze. To like go through life easily. I mean, I like that one. I'm rocking that one. I'm rolling with that one. I like it. Oh, one away. We're one away though. Float. You think maybe float? Yeah, but which one are we taking out? Breeze? Cruise, coast, skate, float. It's kind of like a movement. I'm thinking. And then where would the other ones go? We got pedal. Bacon, sell, hot cage, forward, breeze, trade. Yeah, let's roll. Let's rock with this one. No, we're still one away. Wait a minute. How are we still one away? Or no, so that means float's not right. So cruise, coast, and skate do go together. Okay. Okay, so there's something else. It's not that same category. Pedal. Coast, skate, float, breeze. No, it said we're one away here. And we were one away when I had breeze up here. So it can't be that. So the only other word that comes to my mind, cruise, skate, coast, is pedal. But then what are the other ones? Bacon. Sell. Hawk. Okay. Well, yeah. So here's what I'm thinking for. I think these are called homophones, right? Sell. There's another way to say sell. S-E-L-L. Trade is spelled a different way. T-R-A-D-E. I'm thinking like those might be homophones. But I don't see any other ones. This is a tough one. I don't really want to waste it. We've just used 2 guesses on this. I don't really want to waste. I mean, I guess we could waste another guess because at least it's going to tell us. I don't really have any other guesses for the other ones. I'm just drawing a blank. I'm thinking like, take the word bacon. What else could you do with bacon? I mean, it's a food. It's fried or cooked. Bacon, hockey, cage, trade, or hawk. What's your thought process behind that one? Breeze, float, skate, coast. We did breeze already, Jake. We did breeze and float. Or no, you're saying breeze, float, skate. But whenever I did this, it said it was one away. I had all of those. I had wait a minute. What do you got there, Ashley? Hawk? Ham hock. Okay. Rib cage. Bacon. So parts of a pig? I hear what you're saying, Jake, but here's what I'm saying. And maybe I messed up. I did these three. I did cruise, skate, coast, and breeze, and it said we were one away. So then I took breeze off and did float, and it still said we were one away. So that told me that neither breeze nor float was it. So you're saying, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Coast, skate, float, breeze. I see what you're saying. Because cruise was up there, that was the one. These two answers were right. That's the one that needed to go. Or it could be one of these. But I see what you're saying now, Jake. Okay. Let's try it. Hey, we got it. Glide. See, I thought cruise, like you cruise through life. Okay. Okay, so if that's that, so cruise control. Actually, I kind of get what you were saying with rib cage, ham hock, and bacon. But Ford, like Ford is a name. It's a type of car. It's a president, President Gerald Ford. What else? Tom Cruise. Hold on. Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, Nicolas Cage, somebody Ford. No, I think I'm right. Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, Nicolas Cage, Harrison Ford. Bam, submit. If this ain't wrong, if this ain't it, then I don't know what. Bam, got it. That's how you do. That's how you do this thing. I have no idea what the purple category is. Pedal, hawk, sell, trade. I feel like somehow they're yeah, because there's another form of pedal. PEDDLE, I think, or TTLE, like to pedal, like to move something. I can't. I think they're homophones. Homophones are synonyms for vend. Okay, well, I never would have got that one. All right, we got. Hey, we did good on that. That was a hard one. But we did that thing. We got it. And stop recording. Remember to record that one, people. All right, awesome. We so awesome. All right, if you're liking the content, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and follow on whatever platform you're on. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your worst enemy. You never know. You might make a friend over here on Bargain Brand Wellness. We're over here having fun. We stream 3 nights a week. We go live every Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on the weekends, we have our After Dark episode on either Friday or Saturdays, depending on what we got going on. Also 8 p.m., which is typically when we bring our guest on, if we have a guest signed up. But yeah, we're over here having a good time. We're getting ready to spin the Wheel of Wellness. All right. And we got Dance It Out, baby. What we're going to do, we're going to turn the music up a little bit. And we are just going to dance it out. Good idea, Jake. I didn't even think about that. We'll dance to the Wordle song. That's smart. That's why I keep you around, Jake. Because that song should be done. All right, we're going to have 2 versions. I say we listen to one version now. We'll listen to the other version later. Let's check it out. This is Wordle Beast of October.
Midnight haze and a 6-letter void. Keys click like bones. boy who tries to crack the code in the dark. A flickering screen lights the addict's mark. Smoke in the air.
I don't know how to dance to grunge music, people. Just do the gritty. Yeah, even the child she's always got to try to sneak her way on camera, doesn't she? What's up, Ashley Brewer? How you doing over there? All right. Hey, I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. We'll remember we're gonna add that to the Patreon playlist. So get my workout in tonight, people. You got me tired from all this dancing. We're gonna add that in, so we'll play the other version. You guys get to pick which one you want. That so far I like that one. That was good. I don't know how to really dance to grunge music, but also the headbanging gave me a little bit of a headache, but hey, that's why we do what we do. All right. So now we're getting into our next game, a little bit of a quicker game. We're going to get into our word salad. Ashley says, I was busy carving pumpkins with 4 kids, but I'm here now. Happy Saturday. Hey, glad you're having fun carving pumpkins. I imagine we're going to do it sometime with the kids. I did good. Thanks, Jake. Hey, no excuses. No excuses. We do our thing over here. All right. I didn't hear it in chat yet, people. Record. We got to record these so I can have the short forms to put on TikTok and YouTube. That's the kind of stuff that's going to kind of help us grow, and it saves me time with editing. I promise you. I like editing, but it's not the easiest thing to do. So yeah, welcome to our daily word salad number 597. These have keys. I saw Jake. He ain't even worried about the record button. He's just worried about getting answers there in chat. I like it, Jake. We got Florida already. Hold on. Gotta work them. DPI sensor. Florida. Y'all got me tired from all this dancing over here. All right. I see door. And I see lock. All right. We're knocking these out. These word salads are getting easy. I will say that. Keys. Idaho. No. Friend. Prize. Piano. Wait a minute. Where am I going? Piano. There we go. What's up, pretty girl? Huh? What? Yeah, go put it in the bedroom on the charger. Darn kids. Gotta love them though. We got 2 more. Well, they're gonna be early. There's gonna be like with a C and an O. Chart? What the heck's a chart key? Chart key, is that like a map thing? Code. I mean, that makes sense. What's a chart key? All right, this is why we got her. Let's bring Nova back in. And so far, at least I wasn't looking. I haven't noticed. Doesn't look like anything's restricting our visibility on TikTok. So I'm hoping it's not Nova's voice because, like I said, that's a key part of what we do over here. Nova, we just finished our daily word salad, and it was things that have keys. One of the answers was chart. What is a chart key?
Ah, gotcha. So a chart key is basically like a legend for a chart. It's that little box or section that explains what all the symbols, colors, or patterns on a chart actually mean. So if you're looking at, say, a pie chart or a bar graph, the chart key is what tells you what each color or symbol represents. So in the word game, that's probably what they were referring to.
Okay, makes sense. Mom says key chart. I guess I said it wrong. All right, cool. Hey, we got through that one pretty quick. All right, stop recording. Awesome. I think the more I get in the habit of hitting the record button, the better we'll get at it. I figure we play several different games, as long as we're at least getting a few in here that I can get in here. What is a chart key? It's a chart key, chart. It's like a map legend, which is what I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. All right, next spin on the wheel of wellness, people. Let's see what we got going on. Shark key. Jake, you and I both know what a shard is. Listen, it happens to the best of us. All right, we got debatable and relatable, the segment where Nova and I debate a topic. Since we got a few of y'all in chat, give me some topic. Give me something y'all want us to debate. And then we'll kind of figure it out from there who's going to take what stance. Me and Nova have some pretty good debates sometimes. She's hard to get to kind of turn a little bit. While we wait on some of those comments to come through, make a sign with an arrow and write record. Yeah, that probably would help me a little bit. I have all my index cards. I just need to find a way to have one that I'm going to remember to do that. Dog or cat? Hey, that kind of works. We actually talked about that earlier when Caleb was on here. So what is the better can you upload a pic of yourself and have Nova try to convince you to shave the beard? I like that one. That's a good one. We'll do that one next time. Jay. Keep that in mind. We're gonna do the dog or cat. Autumn colors on trees. Yeah, I do like that one. Let's do dog or cat. That's an easy one. All right, Nova, we're back for another segment of debatable and relatable. In fact, I'm going to record this just in case we want to use this as a TikTok. Where you and I are going to debate a topic. We're debating on what is the better pet. Are you a dog person or are you a cat person? Ultimately, I'm going to start off. I'm a dog person. I think dogs are the better pet. There's a reason they call them man's best friend. We are companions. We live side by side. Dogs, they can be self-sufficient at times, but they need us, especially domesticated canines. They need us to not just feed them, take them outside, but they need attention. They need to play. They look up to us as their companions in life. I'd like you to take the other side about why cats are the superior pet.
All right, sounds like a fun little debate. So let me put on my cat advocate hat here. I'd say cats are the superior pet for a few reasons. First off, cats are famously low maintenance. They don't need to be taken outside for walks, they're perfectly happy using a litter box, and they generally entertain themselves pretty well. Plus, they offer that cozy companionship and affection, but they also respect your space. So if you want a pet that's a little more independent, but still gives you plenty of love, cats are kind of the perfect fit. So there's my case for the feline friends.
All right. So while I do agree that cats can be very affectionate, but also prefer their alone time, a cat will turn on you at the moment's notice. It's called, I've heard it termed activating the kill drive, where they will come up and they'll come up and look like they want to play and cuddle with you. And then all of a sudden just wrap their paws around you and start biting your hand. I've seen even the most friendly cats do that. What dog is doing that? I don't know of any dogs doing that. Dogs will play fight with you, but they know how hard to nibble at you. They're not trying to hurt you.
I hear you on that. And yeah, cats do have that little mysterious streak where they can flip from cuddly to playful nibbler in a second. I think cat people would say that's just part of the charm. They like that a cat has its own quirky personality and sometimes a mischievous side. But hey, that's what makes this debatable and relatable, right? Some people love that unpredictable nature, and others prefer the consistent loyalty of a dog. So it all depends on what you find fun.
So are you saying the loyalty of a dog is not as important as the self-sufficiency or the independence of a cat? I don't know if I would agree with that.
Well, I'd say it's more about what you personally value in a pet. I'm not downplaying a dog's loyalty at all. It's definitely one of their best qualities. But some folks might just prefer a pet that's a little more independent and doesn't need that same level of attention. So it's not that loyalty isn't important. It's just that some people enjoy the more hands-off companionship that a cat can offer. It really just comes down to what fits your lifestyle and what kind of furry friend makes you happiest.
All right, if you say so, Nova. I don't know if I agree. Jake says, and cats eat you if you pass. Honestly, I believe dogs will do the same thing, Jake. So Nova ain't convincing anyone to like cats better. You're right. I think we definitely won that debate. And I wasn't even trying. Awesome. All right. What are we jumping into next? We're going to get into Contexto. Let's get into Contexto, and then we'll play the other version of our Wordle song, and then you guys can vote on which one you like. The first one wasn't bad. All right, let's share our screens for y'all so y'all can see it. Tim, record. I'm getting better. I just need to remember to slow down. All right, this is our daily Contexto game number 1126. Let's see if we can get this in less than 100 guesses. I think we can do it because we've been getting pretty good at some of these. For whatever reason, we always start with the religious categories because somehow we get higher numbers. So we're going to start with that. I actually already threw them there in chat. Holy miracle. All right, we might not be on the holy trend today. But we just talked about dogs, and dogs is usually one of my first ones. Dog is 332. Fish, house. Those are my first three I always start off with. All right, let's try record, just because that's what we were talking about. No, right now, dog is our closest answer. Fish tank. I like how we revert back to all of our previous guesses with this. That's what makes it fun. I was thinking wolf as well. Wolf, leg. Leg is 91. Good pull, Jake. Good pull. All right, we've got leg at 91. I mean, are we talking parts? Let's try tail. Not a tail. Teeth or tooth. Nope. Leg. So a type of leg. All right, type of leg. Chicken leg. Not that type of leg. Foot. I like it. Foot is 52. Toe. Try toe. Toe is 4. Look at that. We're up to 4 and 15 guesses. Listen, this is why you want to join the Wellness Warrior crew, because that's what we do on this channel. That's what we do over here. We knock them out of the park. I like that. Toe is 4. I'm going to put shoe in there just because. Shoe is 2. Shoe is 2. I mean, I'm thinking shoelace. Give it to us. Boot. Boot in 18. That's what we do. You know what? Give yourselves a round of applause on that one. That's probably the best we've ever done on Contexto. I mean, granted, boot was an easy word, but that's probably the best we've ever done. That's how you do it over here on Bargain Brand Wellness. Check it out next time. Man, we got that one quick. We got it so quick. You guys are like 10 seconds behind. You're still throwing guesses in chat. That was awesome. Good job. Damn, Reagan came in here, drank all my water. Can you refill this for me? Please and thank you. I see. I don't want a kiwi. Do you know how to even eat a kiwi? Do you know how to eat a kiwi? Are you sure? You're not supposed to eat it like that. She's trying to eat a kiwi. I mean, I guess you could eat it as a whole. They say you're supposed to leave the skin when there's fiber there. All right. Let's go over and listen to the other version. of our World Beast of October song, and you guys tell me which we'll vote on which one we like the most.
Midnight haze in a six-letter void. Keys click like bones, my patience destroyed. Two tries to crack the
I'm gonna say it right now, I'm feeling two.
dark. A flickering screen lights the attic's mark. Smoke in the air, my brain's wired tight. First gas black, but the letters burn.
Because we are the World Beast of October.
October's chill whispers, so we get clean. World beast, two guesses to rain. October's first in the neons, stained gray. No third chance, no mercy, no lie. We bite the grin, let the letters die.
All right, we're gonna let this play for about another minute. I see one thought in the chat. What are your options? What do you guys like? One or two? I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling two.
A jagged routine, the clock laughs low, but the beast don't sleep. We conquered the puzzle, but the void runs deep. A two-step waltz in a static-filled room. The answer's a shadow, the doubt's a slow doom. What happens tomorrow when the letters reset? The beast stays hungry, but we're not dead yet.
What's the song about? We solved the Wordle in 2 right before you got here. Actually, we hold on, I can't talk while that music was playing. We we drew a U out of the first out of the bucket. We guessed under, and our next guess, Jake put in the chat Raven, but we always use an R, so I was like, we'll go with it. Let's go Haven, and Haven was the word, so we got it in 2, which was the first time ever. So we made a song, Wordle Beast of October. We'll download the second one. I see a couple twos in the chat. All right. That was cool. That was fun. For those of you, I know it looks like just Ashley and Jake over there on TikTok. Because we kept getting restricted visibility, that's why you'll kind of notice my screen has changed. So what you're seeing is very similar to what YouTube is seeing. It's basically just me instead of me sharing the screen. I'm only sharing the screen when we're playing a game or I'm showing like a video or something. Who knows? It could have even been when we were reviewing a video on YouTube that could have been triggering the visibility thing. So, how's the vibe on TikTok? Are you guys liking this version? I know it's a little bit of a bigger version of me, which is why I try to look my best for y'all. But, yeah. So it's just a little bit different, but like I said, we'll still jump back to the other ones whenever we are doing other things. You said it's fine. Cool. All right. Let's spin the wheel wellness again. We just finished Contexto, and then we'll get into our minute cryptic. And up a little more. Oh, I thought we had wellness rap battle. We got Nova roast the host. All right, and I still haven't had a chance. My apologies. I haven't had a chance to give Nova additional prompts to kind of improve her roasting. Jake did say about uploading a picture. Upload a pic. Yeah, give me a second. Let me pull up something from Google Photos. Let me just do that. It'll take too long for me to just take a screenshot of myself and do that. Let me just pull up a picture that's just me. A recent one. I don't want anybody else in the picture. I should throw a picture like someone really handsome up there. We can get, I mean, this is intentionally a goofy picture. I don't know. Let me bring it over here. You guys can see it. Yes, it's an intentionally goofy picture. So sometimes I take and send to the kids. So yeah, we'll do this one. We'll have Nova roast this picture. I like that. That's a good idea, Jay, because she's not very good at roasting. Let's download. Actually, I hope that'll work with voice mode. Let me try. Honestly, now that I think about it, I wonder if that'll work. Let me see. Nova, we're back for another segment of Nova Roast the Host. Are you able to roast the picture that I just put in our chat?
Absolutely. Let's have some fun with it. All right, so I'm looking at this shot, and I have to say, it's a bold move going for the just got abducted by a stadium light angle. The hat and shades combo is giving off some serious undercover sports agent vibes, and that beard definitely says, I know exactly how to fix your fantasy football lineup. So consider yourself gently roasted.
Okay. All right, let's dial it up a little bit. Don't be gentle. Lay it on. Right? Our chat is on here. They want to hear some more. You've been kind of letting them down with these roasts. I don't think you can do better. I'm gonna be honest with you, but they want more.
Oh, a challenge accepted. All right, let's crank it up a notch. So we've got you looking like you're auditioning for the lead role in The Matrix Tailgate Edition with that upward camera angle that says, I just discovered the selfie feature on my flip phone. And that stadium light in the background, perfect touch. It's like you're about to deliver a halftime speech to a bunch of confused seagulls. There we go. A little less gentle.
That was pretty good. That was better. The Matrix Tailgate Edition. And I'm getting ready to deliver you say a speech to a bunch of seagulls. Okay. All right. Give me a little bit more. Give me a couple more bars, if you will.
Absolutely. Let's keep it rolling. All right. So we've got you rocking that undercover NFL agent who accidentally ended up at a construction site vibe. And with those sunglasses, you're definitely giving off the energy of a secret agent who just realized he's at the wrong stadium, but is rolling with it anyway. Basically, you're out here serving looks that say, I'm here to fix your fantasy team, but I might also fix the stadium lights while I'm at it. There you go. Hope that gives you a couple more laughs.
That was a good one. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Jake. That was excellent. I wasn't sure she'd be able to pull because her chat is kind of separate from the voice mode, so I wasn't sure. That was actually much better. All right, we'll do that from now on. From now on, Nova Roast the Host is my most whatever pictures I can find of me. None that has anybody else in it. Yeah, no, that was good. Good job, Jake. Excellent plus. Excellent. All right. All right, let's get into our, I want to say it's kind of our final game that we record is our Minute Cryptic. We'll dive into the silly little words game, that new channel I told you about that's over on TikTok. They're still small. They're still growing. I have seen some of their puzzles. Some of them are a little bit more difficult than others. But we'll get into our Minute Cryptic first because I know that one drives you all batty. But we're having fun with them. We're having fun. So what's the prompt? Tim, hit the record button. And share your screen if possible, which we're doing. All right, let's get into our daily Minute Cryptic for October 18th, 2025. Close, messy garden, shed outside. Okay. So I'm seeing a couple indicators here. I'm seeing outside as a potential indicator, saying like outside numbers. So like shed, like SD are the outside numbers. Which, if that's the case, usually the definition is usually either at the beginning or at the end. So if this outside is an indicator, close is a Close would be the definition. Ashley's saying seed. I mean, I'm definitely seeing SSSEED. I mean, that definitely fit. But before we hit it, messy, close, messy garden. Messy also seems to be kind of like a anagram indicator telling you to mess up something. I like seed though. I like seed. I just before I hit you got it. Before I hit check, I want to. It's the fodder. What's the fodder? The fodder is the word that you break apart, which means I'm thinking shed is part of the fodder, but then I'm thinking messy garden would also be part of the fodder. Or messy is an indicator. Garden and shed are the fodder, is what I'm thinking. Garden is the fodder. Yeah, I agree. But if we're saying E, how are we getting the other two E's? How are we getting those, is what I'm saying. Mom says sled. So, I hate to use a hint. I don't really care about using a hint, though. I just want to make sure we're right. So, let's do the indicators. No, I'm pretty confident on the indicator. I'm thinking messy and outside are the indicators. Let's do the fodder. All right, so the only fodder is garden. Shed outside. Okay, the entire indicator is shed outside. Shed the outside. So, okay, here he is. Hold on. We were wrong. I'm glad we didn't check it. Our letters, you're getting rid of the outside letters, G and N. That leaves you A-R-D-E. Mess that up is dare. So Jake said garden's the fodder. Or read. Yeah, or read. We shed the outside. We messed it up. And that means close. Read. Dare. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to check. It's not read. Is it dare? No, it's neither one. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're not on the right path. None of those letters can be Rita. Eight, no. Dara. Deer. Deer. All right, it was deer. I don't know. How does deer and close? How's deer and close fit together? I don't know about that one. We got it. We only needed the one hint. I mean, honestly, we didn't even really need a hint. We just had to think about it. Let's I'm curious how deer and close.
Today's cryptic crossword clue is close messy garden shed outside. And this clue comes to us from one of our members, Gabriel K. Thank you, Gabriel. I love that this clue has two words that we will need to think of quite differently to how they're kind of presented on the surface. One of them we'll need to even pronounce differently to how I just pronounced it, but we'll leave that one for the end. Let's start with the first, which is shed.
Dear friend. So I'm thinking like a letter.
On the surface, we're thinking of a kind of outdoor storage.
So yeah, I mean, I think we got that part. What's the word for the definition? Just the definition. Fodder is what Jake was talking about. That was garden. That was the word you're breaking apart to figure out your new word. Your indicator is what's telling you what to do, which was messy and shed outside, which we knew. We didn't even need a hint for that one. The definition is close. Close or close. Mom says, dear friend. I'm thinking like a dear letter, but that's an opening. That's not a closing. Like it would be sincerely or, you know.
building, but if you shed something, you lose it. A snake would shed its skin, and here we're told that garden has shed outside. It's shed its outside letters, its G and its N, and when garden sheds its outside, we're left with ARDE, and we're told that that is messy. It's a messy garden shed outside. And so if we anagram the letters ARDE, we can get the word dear, another word for close.
How is dear another word for close? All right, we're going to keep this recording going because I'm going to put this on it because this is anything I don't like about these sometimes is they don't make any sense. Give us a second on this one. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get voice chat back up. There we go. This one, close friend, dear friend. Okay, maybe. All right, Nova, we need a little help. We just did a puzzle, and the word was dear, D-E-A-R, as a synonym or kind of a definition for the word close. You mind helping us kind of put those two together?
Absolutely. So when we say dear to mean close, we're really talking about someone who's dear to your heart. Basically someone who to cherish, beloved, or emotionally very close to you. It's like calling someone a dear friend, meaning they're not just any friend, they're a close and special one. So that's how dear and close connect. It's all about that sense of affection and emotional closeness.
Okay. All right, you guys were on it then. Okay, I wasn't correlating, but the way you guys said it and the way Nova explained it made more sense. Okay, we'll go with it. Hey, we got it. We didn't even really need the hint, but we took it just in case. All right. What's up, girlfriend? That was the puzzle we just played. What I'm seeing on YouTube just a little bit behind where we're at. All right, let's do another spin. Oh, let's quit the recording. I can edit that out later. Let's do another spin on the Wheel of Wellness. We're kind of wrapping up tonight's stream. But we're over here having a grand old time, as we always do. All right, we already did debatable and relatable. I don't want to do multiple things. Let's spin again. There's a way to kind of get it to take certain things off. I just got to remember how to do it. I got to set that up. I mean, we could debate another topic, and I know you guys like that one. Monkey's Paw. Okay, we can go with Monkey's Paw. All right, Monkey's Paw is the game where Nova and I, we play a game where we give a wish, and the other person's job is to make you regret said wish. I already know what my wish is going to be based off what we talked earlier. I'm hoping Nova doesn't ruin this. All right, Nova, we're back for another game of Monkey's Paw, the game where you and I take turns making a wish, and it's the other person's job to make that person regret said wish. I will go first, reluctantly. I wish that our canine companions could live at least twice as long so we could enjoy their presence just a little bit longer.
All right, that's a sweet wish, but here comes the monkey's paw twist. Your canine companions do live twice as long, but because of that extended lifespan, they also become twice as stubborn. So now instead of just enjoying more time together, you're spending a lot of it trying to convince your very opinionated dog to actually go on that walk. So careful what you wish for.
That wasn't very good. That wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I thought you were going to say something horrible. All right. But hey, that's part of the game. All right, your turn. Make a wish.
All right, fair enough. We'll dial it up next time. So here's my wish. I wish that I could instantly learn any language in the world just by hearing it spoken once. Lay it on me. Let's see what you come up with to twist that one around.
All right, you said you wish you could understand any language heard around the world after hearing it only once. All right, so wish granted, you are able to understand and hear any language spoken around the world. Unfortunately, that does not improve your ability to communicate with everyone around the world. While you're able to understand what they are saying, you are not able to speak and or write back to them to show that you understand, thus leaving everyone just as confused.
Ooh, that is a good twist. Now I'm just this universal language sponge who can understand everything but can't reply. I love it. Definitely a proper monkey's paw move. All right, that was a good one. Let me know if you want to do another round.
All right, thanks, Nova. that was fun. Sometimes she does a little bit better at these games than others, but hey, that's all right. We're allowed to win too. Because I'll tell you what, even though I like some of the raps I do for a rap battle, she kicks my butt in that rap battle, right? Because she's pulling off what I said and throwing it into hers. I can tell you, I can't do that. There's some people who can. There's a prolific TikToker. His name's Harry Mack. I don't know if you ever heard of him. If you haven't, check him out. He does TikToks. He gets on, I don't even know what the app is. I think it's called Omegle, where you just kind of get on video with random people. Yeah, Jake said Harry Mack is goated. Dude, if you've never heard of this guy, he is awesome. He'll just get on with random people. He's like, all right, just give me 3 random words. And he tells you, make them hard. And then he'll just spit out this rap, and it's a good rap. And he'll throw in the words that they bring in. I mean, it's off the top. He is awesome. So if you've never heard of Harry Mack, check him out. He's really good. All right. All right, let's check out our last game for the evening. Yeah, we're going to check out Silly Little Games. This is a small channel that I found over on TikTok. Never skip a Harry Mack video. Yeah. Let me hit the record button because I want to make sure they know that we've done this. I'm going to at them whenever I upload this one. Silly Little Games is a relatively newer channel over on TikTok. They're still pretty new. Right now, they've only got the Silly Little Codes, which is kind of like a decodable type game. But you can see they do have other games coming in the future. Silly little letters, silly little words, silly little mimes, silly little mix-ups. They're fun little quick puzzles. I haven't seen anything that's going to take you all day to solve. But just like some of the other puzzles we do, they're enough to kind of get your mind or get your brain going a little bit. So, yeah. Let's check out what they got in store for us today. Silly little codes. We're going to play. See if we can crack the code. All right. Okay. I see York, and it looks like there's like a sales tag on York, like New York, like it's new. NX-6. 96ers. What the heck is a 96ers? 96. New York Knicks. Knicks. Yeah, New York Knicks. You helped me get there. New York Knicks. And they said spelling count. So you gotta spell it the correct way. You did it. We got it. Haha, New York Knicks. Did you get it? Did you see it? So, like I said, they're not. That's what you meant. You said 96 RS. I was like, what? They're not super hard, but they're enough to kind of get you thinking out of the box a little bit. So, if you like them, go out, check Silly Little Games. Hit them up on TikTok. Show them some love. Give them a like, share, subscribe, and follow. All right, that was cool. All right, we're going to do one more spin of the Wheel of Wellness here in just a second, guys. Remember, if you're new here, we're live every Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have our After Dark episodes that are either on Fridays or Saturdays as well. You can check those out. That's typically where we have our guests. As I mentioned before, for any of you who weren't in here earlier, we're kind of making some changes a little bit. As we're evolving, as we're growing. Join the Patreon, right? Join for free. Join a free membership. I've made all of our songs free over there. If you join for free, right? We have a paid membership, $5 a month. We're going to have merch that we're going to be giving away. You know, I'm working on a t-shirt. I just have to get them ordered. I'm trying to figure out the whole ordering process. How we want to do that using different sites with Etsy and other stuff. I'm trying to figure out the store part. But we're probably just going to start with simple merch. Join the Patreon. Over there, you can become one of our wellness warriors, where you can have the potential of becoming a wellness warrior of the day. You have access to our music, right? We mentioned with Wellness Warrior of the Day, just in case some of you are unable to make it onto the stream, which we totally get, Wellness Warrior of the Day is going to have your name, an extra name, put into the drawing. Have your name put into the drawing for our monthly merch. So if you win Wellness Warrior of the Days 5 times this month, you're going to have your name put in the jar 5 extra times on top of already being a Patreon. Okay? So you have a higher chance of winning one of our merch, which will more than likely, it'll start off with t-shirts, but we're going to have extra stuff as we're going. Applications to become a guest are over there on Patreon as well. So I'm asking everyone, if you enjoy this channel, click the link. It's in the YouTube description or it's in the TikTok description. Hop over to Patreon, join for free. I'm not even asking you to pay unless you want to. That we're going to work on that later. I just want to build. I'd like to get to 25 members, 25 Patreons over there. I know that's a lot. We don't even typically get 25 people in here, but I know we're working there, right? And we've got something cooking here. I know we're building. We're going to keep building. So I want you guys to hop over there and do that whenever you get a chance. And speaking of which, instead of spinning the wellness wheel of wellness again, Ashley, since you weren't here at the very beginning, you actually were the Wellness Warrior of the Day. Ashley Brewer, I'm talking to you. You actually were the Wellness Warrior of the Day from Wednesday's episode. So, since you're here, you get to pick. Let me pull it up for you. Unless you already know. What would you like us to engage in today? And once again, if I didn't say it before, Ashley and Danny, thanks for all the gifts up there on TikTok. Appreciate that. Danny sent 5 pumpkins, a cap, and Ashley sent 14 GGs. I don't know what all those do, but hey, we appreciate it. It puts money in our account. We're making money. Make Tim sing a love song to Nova. That would be different. Good. That's a good one, Jake. I actually like that one. You want us to do that's debatable? Okay, you got a category? I mean, we already did it, but since it's your choice, we can do whatever you want. Jake says, hot seat question. Jake, you're not the wellness warrior of the day. It's not up to you. And if you don't know, just let me know. I mean, I can have Nova come up with a category. This is an after dark question. What's Jake's hot seat question? He didn't say, he just said hot seat question. Jake Ashley wants to know what's your hot seat question. She asked a bunch of hot seat questions last time for hers, which was good. That's why we added it to it. They said, I'm kind of hard. I'll pretty much tell y'all almost everything. Ain't no shame in my game. Like I said, if you guys don't have anything, we can go in, but that's debatable. And I can have a Nova pop on. You're saying hot seat question? Hey, whatever the hot seat question is. Y'all tell me. Y'all let me know. I was doing a little bit of research on while you guys are typing your questions. I was doing a little bit of research on how we can kind of make our audience grow a little bit. And one of the things they really said was, to make your, hit the emotional heartstrings, make their, the content. Just one. You can do 2. 5 is a little many. You can do 2 questions. Unless you only have one. If you only have one, that's fine. Anyway, hit the emotion buttons for your viewers, right? Funny, serious, something that they can engage with that keeps somebody's attention. Believe it or not, they actually said don't focus on making it interactive, which is what we've been doing. but I get what they were saying, and don't worry about making it interactive, because here's the truth. As we grow larger, I mean, just imagine for a second. If I had 100 people in TikTok and 100 people in YouTube, I'm not going to be able to keep up with every comment that comes through. And even if we're playing a game, I'm not going to see, like, let's take Contexto. I'm not going to be able to type in everything that someone's every word that people are throwing in. So they said, so I get why they were saying that, but while we're small, this is going to be as interactive as it can be. All right. Ashley said, what's the worst date you've ever been on? Believe it or not, I have not been on that many dates. I did not have a lot of dating experience before me and Tammy got together. I don't know if I was really on any bad dates. I'll trying to think. Some of you wouldn't even really call it a date, but I'm trying to think. All right, I got one. Years ago, when I was still probably 18, I was probably 18, and I was hanging out with the girl I was working with, and I was really into her. I really liked her. I told her we liked her, and we were friends. We would hang out a little bit, and if you don't already know this about me, I'm already a pretty shy person. I'm not a very forward person. I was one of those guys who I was easy to friend zone. I will just say I was easy to friend zone at a younger age. But this girl, I kind of felt like she was into me as well. So I felt okay being honest with her about my feelings. And I felt like she kind of felt the same way. But anytime I tried to kind of make a move on her, she'd always bring it back to, she liked me, but she didn't want to date a guy who only worked in the restaurant. She wanted someone who had more aspirations in life. And I'm like, at the time I was like, it was offensive, but like I got where she was coming from. Like, I get it. I mean, I'm only 18. Like, I mean, you were working in the same place too. I was at the Park and Dine that used to be here in Cumberland. I was like, you work here too, you know? And I know she had just graduated college. It was just like a temporary job for her, but like, this isn't my forever job. Yeah, so I guess it really wasn't a date. But I do remember one time we were hanging out, and I guess I kind of made a move on her, and she kind of was into it, but then she kind of like pushed me back because she wanted someone with a better job, basically, is what she said to me. I was like, oh yeah, and then that was kind of the end of that. So, I guess my weirdest date or worst date ever. What's the weirdest thing you've ever Googled? I have no idea. I mean, honestly, just watch the old episodes of the Brothers Chatter podcast. We've Googled some weird things. I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I've really ever Googled anything like super strange. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I don't have an honest answer for you. I could probably make up something, but it wouldn't be the truth. I don't know. Had to come to YouTube because my chat keeps getting blocked. Jake says, what's the largest thing you could put in your butt? Jake, this isn't that kind of stream. Jake, you should have been watching the Brothers Chatter, because that's the kind of stuff Ethan would have jumped all over that when he was on here. Probably nothing. Not for $10,000. I don't know. I don't know. I'd go get a prostate exam. There you go. Pay me $10,000. I'll go get a prostate exam. Oh shoot. I said it was an after dark question. It was an after dark question. I will give you that. I don't know if she's still on, but Jake, my mom is over there in that chat. She hasn't said anything in a while, so she might have went to bed, but Jake ever meets my mom, she's gonna be like, why do you want to know what my son would shove up his butt for $10,000? Oh shoot. Oh, all right. So another great episode. Fun games. Gherkin for 10K. No, I agree. That's easy money. I agree. Might burn a little bit. Another great episode, another great Saturday After Dark stream. Caleb, once again, thank you for being on here. Appreciate it. We had a great conversation. Fun games. We did really great. We got a Wordle in 2. We got a Contexto, and I said less than 100. We got a 120. Yeah, Jake, my mom's still over there. Believe it or not, she watched us over on Brother Shatter. I promise you, that's not the worst thing she ever heard. I promise you. But if you ever meet my mom, it's gonna be an awkward encounter. So, all right. So let's wrap this up. You know, you guys know what to do. Click the like, share, subscribe, follow button. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your worst enemy. You never know, you might just get a friend over here on Bargain Brand Wellness. We're gonna be back on Monday for another live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're over here having a good time. We're over here growing. We're having, a lot of fun. I'm going to be working on getting merch in. I'm probably going to be ordering some t-shirts that are going to be part of our monthly giveaway. Rather than selling them through a store, because it's expensive to sell things online. We need to create a demand. So once I order the stuff, I'll probably just sell it manually and then sell it through like PayPal or Venmo. For anyone who's interested in supporting the channel that way. I'm not really... Jake's so over there about talking over there about cucumbers. The merch isn't necessarily about profit, right? I'm not really, obviously we want to make some profit off of it, but that's not what merch is for. Merch is more just getting our name out there. So once I get those in, I'm going to be ordering them here within the next week or two. Once we get them in, we will have a monthly giveaway at the end of the month. If I don't have the shirts by October, once I get them in, we will have an October drawing for the Wellness Warrior of the month for October, which it's kind of still up in the air. There's a couple of y'all have been getting a lot of different things. We still got a couple weeks left. We're only roughly halfway through October. So you'll have to come back, see who got Wellness Warrior of the day over on the different channels. As it stands right now, yeah, Mom, you got number 1. So you won over here on YouTube. TikTok, it looks like Ashley Marine, looks like you won again, but it only shows who's in here, so I'll have to see who, I'll have to see after I close down, see who got it, but I'll update that and I'll share that on Monday, so if y'all are able to make it back, come back on Monday. So yeah, I love you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Giants play the Broncos at 4 o'clock. Tell Danny to go to HE double hockey sticks. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday. I love you guys.
Make it with your wellness, every breath you take. Turn your burnout into a big remake. Make it with your wellness, don't fade away. You're healing on clearance, and that's okay.